Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Stephen Howson. Today, joined by Ryan and by Mick Ferry off the telly. And we're having a brew and debating what we can talk about so we don't have to talk about United.
I thought it was your point talking about United, wasn't it?
Well, don't have to.
All right, I'm not talking about feelings.
Oh, no. How have you been, anyway?
I'm all right, mate. I'm good. Yourself?
Football aside?
No, including the football. Feeling
suicidal.
Really?
Well,
that's a bit stretched, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably is a bit.
So you're a bit younger than me, so you don't remember Ralph Milne, do you? So when people talk about...
Just missed.
Right, yeah,
he was like 88, 89?
88, 89, so relax, it's not that bad. Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? People are like, this is our worst blah, blah, blah in 30 years. You go, who was in charge 30 years ago? Sir Alex Ferguson?
Yeah, exactly, yeah, definitely. Yeah, don't forget some of the players he tried. Prunier, you remember Prunier? Tahibi?
Yeah, Tahibi was dog shit, wasn't he? The legend that is Bebe.
The legend that is Bebe. We had what was a Chinese lad we had for ages on the books?
Oh, Dong Fang Zhao?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you could add Fred to that list now.
I mean, we bought a Brazilian with the shittest Brazilian name ever. It sounds like
exactly.
He's a fucking steeplejack from Yorkshire.
Yeah. He reminds me of, there's an old Alan Green. I can't stand Alan Green. He's a bit of an arsehole as a commentator. Massive Liverpool fan. But he once said of... I can't remember who the Brazilian was playing for Liverpool, but it could be used for Fred. Is Brazilian by passport only.
It's a good shout out.
Yeah, it is, yeah, because he's...
But him and Pereira have both been capped by Brazil. Now, I don't know if that's like a charity thing, like a Make-A-Wish sort of thing that they've managed to get in on there.
He was doing the rounds of Pereira's face when he passed to Fred yesterday and Fred couldn't control it and let it go out for a throw-in.
Probably about the same as my face.
It was, you could see Pereira's looking around as if saying, what the fuck? So, yeah, it was a good game yesterday. It was.
No, it wasn't.
Depends how you watch it. I had a cheeseburger and was rubbing my testicles when I was watching it. I was helping.
I had a load of yellow cards and 0-0, and it was fucking flying in.
Yeah.
I was waiting on Ashley Young to get booked, which is like a tap in, innit?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then Newcastle scored, and Ashley Young didn't get booked, and my bet didn't come in.
You just can't rely on Young, can you?
Not even to get booked. Shit, not bad.
I thought they'd been sent off yesterday. I thought somebody would have been sent off. I was hoping somebody would be sent off.
Who was it? Was it Matic? No, McTominay was it?
He got booked early on.
Yeah, someone got booked early on. Yeah, it was Matic.
Yeah.
McTominay.
It
I think,
was
yeah.
playable red. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they went to VAR, and I was like, well, when they go to VAR, I was like, they usually go to do it, don't they?
Yeah.
They've called him and gone, have a look at that.
What about the penalty shot in the last minute when Carroll did elbow him? He's made the most of it.
I'd be gutted if that went against us.
Yeah.
But by the same rule, I would have took it because you take it, don't you?
Right, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have been as bad as that one the Scouse has got. I mean, that's horrendous.
I'm refusing to watch that. I just can't.
When Danny Murphy's saying it's not a penalty on Match of the Day, it's definitely not a penalty.
Really?
It wasn't a penalty.
No.
It wasn't a penalty. He kind of breathed on him. And then
who fell over? Was it Salah?
Mane.
Oh, right, okay.
And then about 3/4 of an hour later, he fell over. Penalty. Shocking.
Unbelievable.
Shocking. I don't want to talk about football.
Yeah, I won't watch anything Liverpool. It's making me feel sick at the minute. Just the idea of them.
They're going to do it.
If they're getting luck like that, as you know, we've seen it for years with United. You get luck, you get breaks like that during the season, and the name's on it, innit?
What do we do if they win the league? Have you looked at places to emigrate?
I'm just going to hide from social media for a year, I think.
I don't think a year would be long enough.
Was it you that said it? Who said it before? Was it not you lot said about getting relegated? Here's a thought that we've not thought of.
Oh, don't.
No, this is good. United simultaneously win the Europa League, so we're in the Champions League, and get relegated. We'll take all the attention off Liverpool because people won't know what to do. It's genius.
It's not, is it?
It's fucking genius.
It's not.
How much fun would we have in the Championship as European champions?
And then Leeds United get promoted.
European champions at Brentford away. What?
Not having that. Could you imagine that Leeds fans go since they've been promoted and we're in the Championship?
Happy days.
No, we haven't got to win a Europa League. We couldn't even beat that pub side in Holland last week.
Oh, okay. It's tactical, that.
Is it? Right, okay. It was done on purpose.
Well, it might be.
Well, do we have 2 shots on target or something?
I didn't have a shot on target.
0 shots on target.
You're shitting me.
I didn't have a shot on target.
None.
The only one that would have been
which proves it's tactical, because if we wanted to win the game, we would have had a shot, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe, yeah. I wonder if he's masterminding this. I wonder if the coaching staff is masterminding. Because everybody's having to go at Ole, but I think
it's Mike Phelan's fingerprints, that I reckon.
There's a little bit in there. I mean, because I don't think Carrick's going to have much of an influence. At the minute, he won't do. But Phelan should be taking some of the blame for this, because he's obviously.
Well, that's your experience, isn't it? Phelan was there from 99 to 2013. Yeah. Did all right in that time, I think you could fairly say. On the coaching staff, part of Fergie's backroom staff. He's surely there as the experienced head for all eventualities.
Yeah.
You've got Michael Carrick, who was very successful as a player, making the transition into the coaching staff. You've got one of the brightest young coaches, supposedly in the country, and Kieran McKenna did excellent with the 18s. They played fantastic football. Now he's part of the first team coaching staff, and I believe he's the guy that runs the training sessions. And you've got Ole, who I don't think you can discount what he did with Mulder. I don't think you can discount what he did those first 3 months when he was here. But Summit has gone properly Pete Tong. And I don't think the squad that we have now is anything like what we had when he took over.
No.
And I don't think that was his choice.
No, it's not, but how things been allowed to happen. We get rid of Lukaku, clearly didn't want to be at the club, we got rid of him on loan and so on, but we've not replaced him before the season started. I mean, that's criminal from the club's point of view. Yeah. So that shouldn't have gone through his loan, that should have been revoked, he should have been recalled. Yeah. Do you know what the annoying thing is as well? We've got Daniel James here, I think has been good for us. He's been a bit of a revelation, I've liked him. And you've seen that kid, he's knocking balls across the 6-yard area in games and there's nobody there. So I think Lukaku would have had a hatful this year.
Probably, but it's the type of crosses we're sticking in as well.
Yeah.
We're putting him in the sort of area that if you had a number 9 like Lukaku, he gets on him.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas I think if you're playing Rashford and probably Marshall and even Greenwood, they're sort of forwards who they're going to want those cutbacks to feet rather than the ones that they've got to get their head on or get a toe on. Yeah. And we're not playing. We don't have a lot of strengths, but we're not playing to any of them. We're just playing. We're so just disjointed, I think, as a football team at the minute. And when you look at our squad at the start of the season, you're like, fuck me, we're thin.
Yeah.
And then you lose Shaw, you lose Wan-Bissaka, you lose Pogba, you lose Marshall, you go, fuck me, we're shit. Like, without them, we've nothing, have we? I mean, realistically. Who creates the chances?
Yeah.
It's just...
I mean, Matic, they reckon, is injured, but I think he's been dropped, hasn't he? He's got the turning circle of an oil tanker, hasn't he?
Well, you've got to think, if he's...
I've never known a player who can receive a ball while facing the way a player's going. Then he just turns round and then plays it backwards.
Is that a confidence thing?
No, I think it's a shit thing. I don't think it's anything to do with confidence. I just think he's not got the ability to be able to play them forward passes.
Fair enough.
That's what we're lacking in the team. Anybody can break lines.
Yes, I think that. I think McTominay's had a good season.
Yeah.
But that's not his game either. He doesn't pass it forward.
No. But he's looking to break lines all the time. That was old thing. Even when I was at school, that's what you used to always say. Even when I was playing football at school, the teacher saying, always look to be playing forward.
That was in black and white, though, that wasn't it?
Hey, that was in black and white, yeah, it was. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I went to a school that was dominated by, because they played rugby league and they had always had the best team in the area.
Was that? That's Oldham,
Count Hill in Oldham, yeah. The school.
Oh, shit, Count Hill, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, they had, I think they produced like 4 captains of the Great Britain Rugby League team or something like that, that's it. So they didn't give a shit about football. We had a kit that was 40 years old, and the rugby team got a new kit every year.
Hey, football anyway. We were just talking about Subterranean, Piccadilly and Manchester and all that lot.
That's right, yeah.
Now, what's all that about? 'Cause for those that are watching and don't know, Manchester, and I think the entrance for one of them is probably 100 metres away from where we are here, actually. And it goes... Is it built during the war?
No, it was built before them because it's part of a canal system. We built over there are still parts of the canal that run underneath Manchester, and then part of the river Irwell used to come through Manchester as well. Down by where Victoria Station is, I did a tour last year. It's fascinating to the guy.
Waders and shit. Through the water.
No, I didn't fuck that. I always wear suede shoes. I'm not going to go anywhere near it. We went down by Victoria Station. There used to be a cliff there. An actual cliff that was like about 100 feet high. Used to come around the corner. That's why it's called Hanging Ditch.
Right.
And I got taken down, all levelled off. And
see, I always thought that was probably because where they used to hang people.
Oh, well, I did. I was really gutted when the guy on the tour said, "Come on, who did they kill here?" And he said, "Nobody. It was called Hanging. It's just a big cliff." That was boring.
That's disappointing. Because there's loads of places, isn't there? Like, where was I recently? Fucking hell, where was it? I think it might have been York or somewhere like that. And there's like a gallows road adjacent to a fucking like hangman's corner.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is definitely where all this shit used to go off, wasn't it? Or like, Murder Square, things like that. And you're like, what went down here?
Named after because a load of crows. Some of them, you find that. The place where I live in Oldham is area, Jackson's Pit, where the area is, and it's supposed to have hung witches there. But there's no proof of that. People have just said it.
And now it's a thing.
Well, it becomes a thing, doesn't it? So you can make it up like any area. So what about Droylsden?
Dale Cregan came from there.
All right, okay. Yeah.
I mean, he did, so.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to make anything up there.
No, okay. Are you using that as your claim to fame for Droylsden?
Not really. I mean, what the fuck else is there? Les Battersby came from there.
Right.
And me.
Right, okay.
Like, that's our... Yeah, fucking hell. Sorry, Droylsden.
I've not been to Droylsden for ages because I've had no need to.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's just one of them areas, isn't it? Where are you from?
I'm from Preston.
Oh, all right.
The fellow who created Wallace and Gromit was from Preston.
That's right.
What's he called?
Nick Park, I believe.
You had the UK's first KFC as well, Preston.
Did we?
Really?
Yeah.
Now, that is a claim of fame.
And they've got the largest bus station in Europe.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, everyone wants to get out.
Where was the first KFC in the world?
In the world, if it wasn't in Kentucky...
It wasn't in Kentucky.
What?
Wasn't in Kentucky.
Where was it?
Kansas.
So it's actually Kansas fried chicken?
No, because it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they went over the state line and was like, here's the chicken that we make in that state. It's just fried chicken in Kentucky.
See, the way I look now, I always think I should get, free chicken wings or something when I go on.
You got a white suit?
No. No, you've not seen me eat. That'd be a mess. I need a bib.
I think you could probably start rocking a white suit with was it a bolo tie they're called?
Oh, yeah.
And just walk into KFC and just stand there and say hello to people as they come in and just see what happens.
Yeah. Whereas, mate, it's on a register now.
Got Nick for saying hello to people in KFC.
To be honest, it sounds like the end of the night when I've got no money left.
Actually, before we started, you said we called this channel Stretford Paddock after the tiny little section. It's like about where the tunnel is now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you was like, you used to stand on Stretford Paddock.
If you're looking at the tunnel there, it would be on the left-hand side there. Yeah, I used to Stretford Paddock, yeah. That's where when I was a kid, that's where my dad always took us. And then we were having a treat. There used to be some bench seating above the Stretford end at the back. Shitty seats there, but there were benches.
With no view, I can imagine.
Well, there was a view, sort of. If the ball went in the air, you couldn't see it. But yeah, so that you'd be well a treat. We'd go and sit in that probably twice a year, but it was always the Stretford Paddock. And at first I'd sit, the fences were up, so you'd sit over the barrier at the front, put your hands through the
remember
fences.
doing that.
Yeah, and then you're just waiting for the guy coming around selling crisps and orange. Wouldn't be interested in the fucking game. And then as you got older, you moved further back to be with the bigger lads and so on. And then when I was about 14, you start looking at the United road and then I'm thinking, I want to be with them lads. And then you go in for the first time and go, I'm going back to Stretford. And the wrong uns. Yeah, it was good. It was funny. It just always seemed to be full of characters. I have told you before, a guy who always rolling a cigarette one-handed before... Isn't
it mad how people would always stand in the same spot when it was standing?
That was it, yeah, exactly. They would always be in the same area, yeah, no matter... And you'd know people as well. You're like, all right, how are you? Yeah, that's it. You know.
No, what's it called? No idea.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Seen him, you said hello to him for 15 years.
Yeah. Well, there was something amazing about terraces. I know things had to change, but it'd be nice to have them brought back because... There should be some... You could be stuff really far back and you'd score, and before you know it, you're at the front and you go, where the fuck have I got down here?
I was too young really to properly experience it. I mean, I was on the Stretford end when it was still terracing, but I was a child.
Yeah.
And the odd time, I remember it was a couple of night games, like I'm assuming League Cup, because it was. I remember a game against Southampton. Clearly wasn't a European game, where we'd gone in K-stand or scoreboard end, where it was still standing on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I do remember a couple of times a goal going in and my feet just not touching the floor for 40 seconds. And just being carried all over the place, and just my toes just scraping steps all over the place.
The scoreboard paddock used to be fun as well. One time, especially depending on who you were playing.
Where the away fans are now?
That's where the away fans are now. So if you were playing a big side, they'd get part of the scoreboard end sometimes, the away fans. But if you were playing like Liverpool, this is time before they were like bring more fans and that. And you could be, especially a big side, so Liverpool fans would have the scoreboard end. If you got in the scoreboard paddock, then it used to be quite moody but fun, you know what I mean? It's not the kind of banter I'm going to repeat on in public, but yeah, it used to be fun then. But yeah, Stretford Paddock was amazing. I miss it. I've sat in it since. It's shit.
Isn't that the family stand now, though?
Well, you're near the family stand. I've been told off for swearing there and all sorts of things, you know, but you've got to swear at a football match.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, even children are
usually when you take your first bite of a pie. Fucking hell! What is that?
Yeah, but if you're eating it in the first half, that's a school.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I did. Pissed down last Monday. Was against Arsenal. My jacket was wet, and I managed to keep the pie in my pocket, and I dried out half my jacket and a big dry patch where the pie had been. It was amazing.
Yeah, you got to put it on the concrete for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
and then you're probably still going to burn your mouth.
The new pies are good.
I haven't tried one. They always go a bit funky at the minute, don't they? They've got like weird specials, so they have like a burger inside a pie, or like a roast dinner inside a pie.
That was nice.
Is that
the chicken dinner pie is nice?
Have you not seen them?
I'm not a veggie. They've got a good vegan curry one, haven't they? Yeah.
Chicken
vegetable curry.
Oh,
got chicken bowl.
Just keep it traditional. Go to United pie.
Chicken bowl is not vegan.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's because you mentioned curry and I thought.
Yeah. It might be vegan in Preston. Chicken might be a vegetable up there.
Maybe.
Fucking hell. Right. Parallels between Fergie and Ole. Is there any? Is drawing any between the rebuild that had to happen then and the rebuild that is happening now? Is it worth drawing them parallels, or is the reality that Ole's never going to be Sir Alex?
Look, I think Sir Alex Fergie had the most important thing he had was he had characters in teams. When he took over, he had Brian Robson there, brought Uzi back, and then he got Keane. So he had that kind of personality. A club that I don't see anybody in that team who's like that.
Is anyone in the game like that though?
Maybe not. Maybe it's a dying thing, but I wouldn't. I'd say yes. City just got rid of Company. I'd say he was the version of that.
Ramos I could put in that bracket.
Yeah. Gerrard probably was that version, wasn't he, at Liverpool? Maybe that can't. Yeah, you know what? You might be right. There might not be that kind of player left in the team, but. I don't know, you saw them two Longstaff brothers yesterday. I mean, they were just fighting for it, weren't they? You know what I mean? It was just it meant something to them.
It's weird, isn't it? Because you think, like, Ollie came and said it himself when he took over. We should never be outrun and we should never be outfought. If we're outplayed, sometimes that happens, doesn't it? But you should never be outfought or outrun.
No.
And we're often outfought and often outrun.
Yeah.
And that's fucking depressing.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what the suggestion is. I don't think getting rid of him, Scott. I think let's give him another transfer window. Let's see what happens. I mean,
the summer one or the winter one?
I'd give him the season. I'll definitely give him the season. We have to give him the full season. We have to.
When you look at what Fergie achieved, and for me, this is where I think this is important because Fergie, greatest manager the world's ever seen. If it took him so long, surely it takes everyone else equally as long, if not longer.
Yeah, the game's not like that now, is it? I mean, because of the money that's involved in it. I mean, I'll say it now. I can't stand the Glazers. I think they've been terrible for the club. I mean, so classic United as well. We're only the biggest team in the world that allows ourselves to be put in debt so somebody can buy us. What the fuck? I didn't know that you could do that in business.
Us three could have bought us for what they put in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then what do they take out between 20 and 50 million a year in consultancy fees?
I thought we'd done bits on paying it off.
Yeah.
You'd assume we've paid 1.2 billion in interest and debt refinancing cost you to, like, we had to pay to get it refinanced and get new interest rates and shit like that, and to go on the stock market. All of these things have added cost to us. We've paid 1.2 billion, it might even be 1.3 now, on a £660 million loan. Guess how much we still owe?
606 million?
450 million.
Fucking hell.
But
I'm not even good at business, but I could do that.
But we've also managed to do all these players that we bought, Pogba, Mkhitaryan. I didn't realise we'd bought all them on a Never Never. We still owe 240 million in player transfers. So I don't know who we got a fucking deal with. I don't know if it was Wonga. Like, we're getting absolutely fucking rinsed.
That is unreal.
How would you pay $1 billion back and more than $1 billion back and have took 200 off your capital? Have they put that on a credit card? That's mental, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. That's. I mean, they're obviously clearly waiting, aren't they, for the big. I don't. But who's going to come in today? Because that doesn't even make business sense to buy it. So you go, hang on a minute. So you value.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
Because you can pick up or like the Sheikh did, pick up City for 200 million and put $1 billion into it.
Yeah.
For what we've paid in debt.
You could go buy Newcastle. I mean, that's got to be the next one where somebody goes and buys Newcastle.
Probably, yeah. Why would you buy United?
Exactly.
The only person buying United now is a fan. And I don't know how many fans we've got with, I don't know, 5 billion to spare. I'm going to say not many.
But you got that many.
Keeping it on the hush-hush for the minute.
All right, okay.
Smart, that.
You're going to put a bid in?
If it keeps getting this bad, then I might have to do something about it.
I think, I often wonder, are the Class of 92 sandboxing what they're doing at Salford as here's what could have happened if we run a big club? Or am I just fucking pure fantasising?
Yeah, I think. It sounds like a strangle wank, that. It
happens.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I know, but it's I can't get my head around that sort of thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a vanity project or what.
That's it. That's why I think that there might be an extra layer to this that we haven't quite seen yet, and that might be the extra layer, because look who's in it. All right, maybe you don't want to lend Phil Neville $4 billion, but if David Beckham bangs a tweet out and says, "Who wants to lend me $4 billion? I'll buy United."
Yeah,
he will have a queue of motherfuckers.
Yes. Yeah. Neville running I don't know. It might not be bad. It's a good shot. I mean, I have to give Neville credit. He's been crying out for a director of football for the club for ages, which we need. And he's come out now and said that Woodward needs to go. Because he clearly does need to go, because he hasn't got a...
I keep hearing he's a great businessman. Clearly, not that great a businessman.
Yeah.
Every club in the country's revenue's gone through the roof because of the TV deal.
Yeah.
United's has tripled, everyone else has quadrupled or gone 5 times more. So you're like, well, hang on, we're not even doing what everyone else is fucking doing.
Yeah.
Like, you're asleep at the wheel. And surely you would make more money if we were fucking good.
Yeah. It's designed for a crash, isn't it? Because it's, I mean, it was nowhere near on the scale of it, but when Leeds went, that
was TV, wasn't it? ITV Carlton.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, when they went. So it's worrying as well. I mean, I don't know. They clearly haven't got any money, the Glazers. But they've taken a nice wage out of United.
But even like the malls that they've got are like minging, apparently, and the way they're running the NFL team.
Yeah,
the
West
fans
team
are
now in the West franchise over there now.
Like, what's the common denominator here?
Yeah. Do you reckon they've just bought it for the land?
What, they got a thing about like shipping containers or something?
Possibly.
Have you actually had a look how fucking big the land around Old Trafford is that we own? It's outrageous.
Yeah, we give a bit of it to Gary Neville for his testimonial, didn't we? It's supposed to be the rumour I've heard. I could be completely wrong, but he got some sort of deal for the hotel football, which should have been United. I mean, you think about that project. What he's done there is amazing.
I'll tell you off air, but I believe someone else owned that land.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that should have been United. If you're building a hotel at the ground, it should have been United.
Yeah, I believe United well seen their ass with that.
Yeah, of course they have. That's a really lack of foresight, isn't it? Well done on Neville for doing it. But, yeah,
because it's on such a nothing bit of land.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and they've crammed every inch out of that.
Yeah.
When I was quantity surveying and scaffolding, we priced up that job for the hotel.
All right.
And there was some talk that the corner where one of the offices has been reinforced, and it's got a different set of steel around that corner because they'd pre-planned. This is why I think there's some in them eventually running United.
Yeah.
Because that corner, unless they always plan to sell the hotel to United, maybe.
Right,
that might be the game.
Yeah.
But that very corner office, which points at the glass side of East Stand, has been reinforced to take a bridge.
Oh, that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, hopefully the Glazers will buy it. Hopefully it'll be valued at 200 million, and the Glazers will borrow 700 million to buy it.
Perfect maths.
It's perfect maths, and then they'll still be paying it off in 40 years' time. The Glazers' grandkids will be paying it off. God, can you imagine being the Glazers' grandkids now? One day this business is going to be yours. You're going, fuck off, I'm not paying your debts off. No, that'd be awful.
I'm just going to search for how my granddad's getting on Twitter. Jesus. Can we change my name?
Yeah, but don't they call it consultancy fees? That's what they get, isn't it? What are they doing? Because it's clearly not business, because they're shit at it. Well, they're not, are they? Clearly. They managed to buy the biggest team in the world without putting any money in.
I mean, I don't know if that's smart or just ballsy or just proving that there's shit loopholes involved somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm going to do. But the Championship, it might be all right. Yeah. We'll be all right, that level, won't we?
Safe standing back in?
Yeah, we'll be okay, Championship.
Good party.
Yeah, they might let us take beers into the ground now.
That's lacking in it, that.
I'll probably win the Championship as well. He'd like to think so.
Don't be, you're a dreamer, pal. You're a dreamer. This team would have won the Championship.
Right, give us some questions. Let's see what you lot are saying. KFC is more entertaining than United. Listen, if you go to KFC at the right time of night, it's always entertaining.
Yeah, 24-hour Mackies are the best, aren't they, sometimes?
Best look, if you go to a Mackey's and it's got a doorman.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's a 24-hour Greg's in Newcastle that has a doorman. This is true. I can't fucking believe it. I was looking for a drink. It was a couple of years ago. It was about 2:30 in the morning. The pub had been in. It was shut. And I saw a green light and a doorman. I thought it's got to be a bar. And I get up there. There's about three of us there. And it's a doorman. And he goes, all right. I said, yeah, what is this? He went, it's a fucking Greg's. So I said,
dick.
Yeah, exactly. So we looked and go, fuck, it is. And then, so we started taking the piss. He didn't know what to do. I said, we're on a stag do. Can we get in? Yeah. I said, my mates were in trainers. And then when you got in, you've got it's like bulletproof, like serving hatches and screens, glass down with a hatch for the...
Out for your sausage roll.
Yeah.
How fucking rowdy does Newcastle Greg's at 4 a.m. get?
Have you been to the big market in Newcastle on a night out?
I've not, no. I've not been on a night out in Newcastle.
Every takeaway's got one of them punching machines. I think it's just to release the anger that's around the area, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's a rough night out. There's some great areas for having a drink in Newcastle where the big market is.
I know there's a drive-through Greg's in Eccles.
That's... what?
How's it open till?
A drive-through Greg's?
Drive-through Greg's. Future's minting it.
Unbelievable. I can't get my head around them drive-through Costas.
Pull up, have a coffee.
Yeah, but I think it takes longer to make an Americano with milk than it does to put a burger together, doesn't it?
Don't know. I don't drink coffee, so I won't be able to.
Yeah, but it's that hot as well. You'd have to have a really good coffee holder, a cup holder in your car.
Don't they give them you in like those flasks with the lid on and that?
Oh, I don't know.
Makes sense, wouldn't it? It's an upsell.
Drive-through, it's ridiculous. Drive-through Greg's, so that sounds interesting.
What fast food isn't but should be drive-through, do you reckon?
Ooh.
Don't we get a lot of drive-through pizza places, but you could do it by the slice.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good shout, yeah. Drive-through. Yeah, I mean, what's the pizza company that's struggling now going bust? What was that this morning?
Pizza Express.
Pizza Express. And they've got the name for it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
They've got the fucking name for it.
And do you know what? It's not very express either.
No, it's not. It's slow. Yeah, exactly. Have some salad. Fuck off. Look at the size of me. Salad. I'm in there for the pizza, mate. With a knife and fork. What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, you got to do the roll up. I don't mind the roll up of it. Mate.
You know what I discovered last year, and I had to stop eating it because I put on about nearly an extra stone. Doner calzone.
See, I don't like doner meat.
No, but you're a fool.
I think you've got to be in a certain state to enjoy doner meat.
Smashed, I think, is the state.
Yeah, the taste buds are just completely gone.
Yeah, because it's not something you eat in the day, is it?
No.
Yeah, Donna Calzone. Oh, amazing. Changed my life.
See, calzone's a weird one, isn't it? Do you know what happened, I reckon, with this? Someone dropped a pizza and went...
10-second rule.
Tell them it's something different.
Yeah.
Fold it over.
I must admit, it's done. It's sort of like... It's the Italian version of a Cornish pasty, isn't it? Well, that's all it's for, so you could eat it at work.
Pizza's a big one, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
Cornish pasties, a handful.
I don't know.
Pizzas.
I don't know. Have you been to? Have you had some of the ones in Cornwall? The huge ones like that. They do. Fucking hell, they're good. Yeah. Minted lamb, the best one I've had.
Every fucking show in it. Every fucking show just goes down food talk. We was getting into steak on the watch along. Just the game was fucking boring on it, so we ended up getting into steak and how would you like your steak and where's a good steak and all that lot.
Medium rare now. I have mine.
As you should.
Well, I don't know. How do you have your steak?
Mid rare.
Yeah.
Somewhere like quite posh, I'll push it out and go rare.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what's posh then for a steak?
What, in Preston?
Yeah. Where would you go in Preston for a steak?
Probably the best one I'm getting is out of my dad.
Your dad's? At what time's he open? Does he charge?
Pack of beer will probably do me, to be fair.
A pack of beer?
Or a bottle of gin.
A bottle of gin? Oh, is he a ginger? Cries a lot.
Well, at the minute, yeah.
VJ says, is this a football channel or an eating channel? Both.
Both. Why not? As I did say before, it does look like Ed Sheeran's joined Mumford and Sons. That's what
good line, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. Actually.
Someone's probably put something similar in the comments.
Yeah.
But there you go.
We could be a skiffle group.
Could be.
Yeah, folk.
Put your nuts on the line then. How long's Ole going to last, and how do we finish this season?
I'll be gutted if they listen to everybody panicking about getting him out. Give him time. Give him a year. Give him the season. Give him another couple of I'd personally give him another couple of transfer windows.
He's got to buy in January, or he's got to be allowed to buy in January, hasn't he?
But I think the club itself has got to act and get rid of Woodward.
It's not going to happen, is it?
Something's got to happen. Something, Yeah. I don't know what the answer is, but I'd give him time. But also as well, I think Mickey Phelan's going to have to step up as well. There's something not happening with the coaching.
He's not been on the bench as well.
No, that's true. Yeah, there's rumours he's had a couple of spats with players, isn't there, and so on.
Who, Mickey has?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that, actually.
All right. Yeah, heard that. Was it last season it started? Was it Lukaku he had a row with? Who turned up late for a coach? And there's been a couple of incidents since. So.
Well, he shouldn't have fucking been late.
Well, exactly, yeah. And he's a bit old school like that, isn't he? He's not going to tolerate that. He's got to be disciplined.
Unless you're mint.
Yeah.
If you're mint, you get away with it, don't you? And he wasn't. So.
Yeah, you've got to be. You've got to be good, haven't you?
There's that story, isn't there, of I think it was Insand Pallister turned up like 1 minute before a coach was coming. One of them had the tie slightly not done up perfect, and one of them had like one shirt tail hanging out. Fergie fined him a week's wage. It's fucking unacceptable. Cantona turned up 10 minutes after, wearing trainers, and didn't even have a tie on, with his shirt untucked. And he was like, Eric, come on, mate, you got to get on the coat.
Yeah. Well,
and they're like...
Wasn't it Steve Bruce tells that story at the end of year dinner when they've all been told to wear suits? And he turns up in red trainers, white jeans, and a white shirt. And because Fergie said, you've got to turn up in suits or else you get fined. And Bruce says, I'll go and have a word with Fergie, and says, look, he's turned up, look at him, you're going to fine him. And Fergie apparently said, if you're as good as he was, you can wear what you want.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
When we were good. Fucking hell, so long ago.
Yeah, listen, we've won... So we've not won the title for 7 years? Won FA Cup, League Cup, Europa Cup.
We have.
Yeah, we won a few trophies. So.
In our bleakest period, we're still outperforming 99% of clubs.
Yeah, we're just doing all right. Listen, I first went in 1972 when I was 4 to watch a game, and I saw us lose an FA Cup final in 76, so I was win one in 77, lose one in 89, then 83, 85, the FA Cup. And then nothing for 5 years until 1990. So,
what was the toxicity? Because obviously there was Pete Molyneux's little bedsheet banner. The fanzines was having it, trying to get Fergie out in 89 and all that lot. resonate with what you sort of see going on now, where that lack of patience and that? Because people tell us it's a modern fan thing, but I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. So Fergie, I think his first season, I think we finished second or something. Then we had a shocking year the year after, and then
11th.
Yeah,
then 13th.
Yes, 88, 89. And I think in 1990 we won the FA Cup, but I think we finished 18th, 15th or something like that. But it was a bit hard. A couple of fan zeros had gone, so he got rid of McGrath and he got rid of Whiteside and that, you see, and he fucking got Ralph Milne. Right, but
give the background on him, because weren't he banging goals in at Forest or something?
Well, yeah, but he was, was it Forest we got him from? Was it? I think it was. No, I think we got him from a second division team. I know the lad was Scottish. He started off in Scotland. I mean, I think he scored about 3 goals for us or something. But God, he was awful. It was just.
No, not really banging him in. He was at Bristol and scored 6 in 30.
Right, okay.
Well, the writing was on the fucking wall there. Right?
Well, he was a winger, but you could see sort of what Fergie was trying to get at. Don't forget also that year as well, in 88, 89, I think we got Lee Sharp from Torquay. So Fergie clearly wanted width in the team. That's what he was after. He was after width, and that's why he got Ralph Milne. But at the time, it was just depressing being a United fan. You know, don't forget, I was also at the game when City spanked us 5-1. All that. You know what I mean? It was just. Yeah, it was just a bit depressing, and the football quite wasn't what. I mean, Atkinson was, we should have won a title probably under Atkinson, but we blew it. We won 10 games at the start of the season once, and then
injuries.
Finished 4th. Yeah, you know what? As well, the biggest one as well. We'd signed Peter Barnes from he used to be in City for almost of his life, and he was on fire for us like the first 10, 11 games. Then he got an injury, and then sort of changed.
Was it him out, McGrath out,
yeah,
Robbo
out? Yeah,
Robbo's a big one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the football was good under the football was good under Tommy Dock. Football under Dave Sexton was fucking appalling. And I think that's the only thing at the minute with Ole is I wouldn't mind yesterday we got beat, but we were playing some good stuff as well, innit? You don't mind that, but we're not actually playing well at the minute.
But no.
No, it's starting to feel like the last few months of Mourinho's reign, the way the team started performing.
But isn't that almost proof that it's a lot more on the players? That if the players are performing the same way under different manager, we need new fucking players.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that's why you've got to give them a couple of transfer windows, But we are lacking in the squad.
We shouldn't. It's great to see so much youth, but it should be youth that's coming in.
He's relying on a 17-year-old coming off the bench and getting equalisers.
No pressure, son, but
I mean that's ridiculous. They shouldn't be doing
that.
Your
blocks, go and score as a winner.
You should be introducing them kids. I mean, when Fergie got slagged off the start of the 95-96 season, Alan Hansen, that famous thing, you don't win anything with kids, and he brought the kids through. But you look at the spine of that team, we had Schmeichel, we had Bruce Pallister, we had Dennis Irwin, we had Keane, and Cantona.
Cantona was out at the start of that season because the band wanted
but that's what I mean. You weren't just throwing them in with shit, you were throwing them in with winners,
And Andy Cole was out there as well.
Yeah, Andy Cole there, yeah. So, yeah, it was quite a good side to be putting them in.
And I've also noticed as well, when youngsters generally come through, certainly at United, because United have rarely, Wes Brown might be the only, and Johnny Evans to an extent, centre-half that we've brought through. Centre-half's an hard position to bring someone through. Centre-forward's an hard position to bring someone through. Central midfield. Everyone that we've always brought through has started at full-back or in the wide areas, because it's a bit easier. You can pack it with quality in the middle, and that position out wide is not an issue.
I mean, but then you look at the last 3 managers that we've had, some players have been allowed to go too early. I mean, Johnny Evans is producing now at Leicester.
Well, we did an 11. Let me dig it up. Of players that don't play for United that are still playing.
Still playing.
Let me find it. It's not that one. Because
that's a lot of porn, that, mate.
This is just a Brazilian.
Oh.
Soft leg. Go to a Cuban in a minute.
All right.
Where the fuck is it? God, I talk some shit, mate, don't I?
Is this all from you? Is this your feed?
Yeah.
Shitting hell, mate.
Where is it? Ah, there we go. Right, here's an 11 that no longer plays or has been loaned out. So Dean Henderson in net, is what it is.
All right.
Back four, Raphael, Keane, Johnny Evans and Daley Blind.
I'd have them as my back four.
Ander Herrera and Di Maria in midfield.
You'd have them.
Wilf Zaha, Sanchez, Memphis, Lukaku. That team slaps ours.
I'm not sure about Memphis.
And on the bench, Ibra, Rooney, Chico, Kagawa, Fellaini, Nani.
Also as well, it's a difference. I mean, miss Rooney like mad. We really have.
I don't know if he'd still cut it, but he was a character. We do lose those characters.
I don't exactly. He was a bit of a force in the dressing room. I think he was still there as a senior pro. He won't be tolerating some of the performances from the.
Well, he dug out Memphis, didn't he, for
coming in a fancy jacket or something.
Bentley and a jacket and a weird hat, and he was like,
yeah, exactly.
No. Which you kind of like. You're like, well, it doesn't really fucking matter. Was he on time for training?
Yeah, but the thing is as well, Rooney would have bad games, but I never saw him throw it in. I never saw him like sack a game off. Like I've seen Pogba do a couple of times last year, just sack a game off and call it. Rooney used to. You knew when Rooney was getting frustrated in a game because you'd see him picking the ball up off the centre half's feet because he just wanted to be involved in the game. And I've heard people say, "Well, Pogba's not playing in the right position." You're that good. He should be dominating whatever area of the pitch. In fact, he could be able to move into any area and dominate the area.
Should be. I mean, he's good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think the problem is that we look at Pogba and we go, "You're fucking mint," and when he doesn't do things that we've had players in that area do, we go, "You're fucking shit." I think he's more of the match winner that plays like. I think he's the cherry on top player. In that.
But this deep position, what is that about? Why is he playing there?
I don't like this formation.
No, it's not working. You've got to play him forward. If he's a creative player, he's trying to play like the old-fashioned quarterback. And he's not defensive minded enough to be able to play that position. No. I don't think so. You got to play him further forward.
And he only comes alive when the ball's. Like you can see two sides, almost like a very childish nature about it. Like you see this when you're watching like under 10s, they're tossing it off defensively when we're not got a ball. They're not very alert. Yeah. But as soon as their team crosses the halfway line with the ball, they're always there for a pass. And I see that in Pogba a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have him playing in his own half. What's the point of that?
You're not
wasting talent. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And Lingard's not been the same for. In months now.
I can't figure out what it is with Jesse. Marcus has been injured, and I think that should be taken into consideration. Although,
he's a young lad that's played a lot of football the last few years. You see, he's only 21. I mean, people forget that he's only 21. He's not a centre forward.
It's not old. It's not young according to John Walters.
Right, okay, but he's not a centre forward. He's more of a winger. I don't know what he winger or I don't know where you're playing, but he's not a centre forward. He can't play that centre forward role. Because he's clearly not sure what runs he's supposed to be making and where he's meant to be going. So, I don't know what's going to happen, mate. Try not to think about it too much.
Right, on that fucking note.
Yeah, I know, yeah. You feel like having a good cry, though, don't you?
It's just frustrating.
Thing is, as well, though, it's one of them as well, because I'm getting all this shit from mates who follow other teams. And you just have to go, yeah, you're right. That's what's annoying about
you're shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah, you're right. There's no fun in calling us that anymore.
They're like, no fucking shit.
Well, there are, yeah. There's going to be always going to fans who gloats, how badly we're doing, but which is fine. It's fair enough. That's the nature of it. You've got to take it, haven't you?
I think we're not gonna see us getting back to anything for a long time, to be honest. I think you might as well just bunker down, get used to it, fucking revel in it a little bit.
Revel in it, yeah. And you know what? And then when the Glaziers finally fuck it up and the ground gets flattened,
fuck it up.
Drive through Greg's.
Yeah, we're having a party.
Drive through Greg's. Oh, I thought I went drive through Nando's.
Nah, too messy, man. Well, too messy. You don't eat Nando's in your car.
Why not?
You're fucking wearing it.
I don't really think of that. Yeah, you're right. All right, you got a point. Drive through Five Guys?
That makes sense.
Yeah, but they're expensive, aren't they?
Not just that, but extortionately so.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
They're a top burger, though.
But it's unjustifiable.
Also take about 3/4 of a fucking hour making it.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, I know that's the benefit of making it fresh rather than smacking it together like Mackey's do, but... They do take a long time.
We've got a drive-through chippy in Oldham.
Is that just off the main road in the city centre? I think I've seen that.
Mother Hubbard's, yeah.
I think I've seen
Mother Hubbard's, and they deliver as well. Good fish and chips. Yeah.
Drive-through chippy, see, that's fine.
Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, but then again, that can be messy. You couldn't have like chips and gravy in your car, could you?
It's in a tray, though, isn't it? So
yeah, true.
You know,
but I'm sure Nando's will put it in a tray.
I know, but Nando's, you like to get your hands in the mix, or I do at least, anyway.
All right. Well, you get some.
You don't eat fish and chips with your hands usually, do you? Usually a fork job.
Yeah, that's true.
Little plastic fork fella.
Yeah.
Right, fuck it. We are wrapping it up anyway, but thank you to Mick. Are you touring anywhere? Where can we go see you?
Hopefully my website will be sorted out by next week and all my dates will be on there where I'm about around the country and that, so I've got to pull my finger out on that one. And I think after this international break, fingers crossed, I think I'm 51 now, but I think I can take my boots down to Old Trafford. I think I'll get a game.
On the bench?
No, I think I'll get start. I think I'll get 60 minutes out of me. It'd be worth it. I think we'd all get a game. Fancy a game?
I won't get a game. My touch is worse than Lukaku's.
No, that's not true. That cannot be true. He's got the touch of a baby elephant, Lukaku.
I've got the touch of an adult elephant.
Oh, right.
Fucking hell. Right, thank you very much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe. We will see you in the next one. Laters.